Hi, friends. Welcome to Blanton House. Welcome to Porch Stories and Lemonade. We're so glad you're here. I'm Kristin Harris.
And I'm Jasmine Turner.
And we are the co-hosts of a brand new podcast series made just for you.
I am really just taking it in, right? I wanted to just say, I'm so excited. But to be honest, in this moment where I'm landing, where my heart is that I'm just taking it in because I'm just honored and grateful.
Those are my
that
words.
We're doing this.
I'm honored and grateful that you are here, that we're here together, that we get to sit in these moments of hope and inspiration and shared stories.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, this was 20 years in the making. And people are probably watching this, hearing that, and saying, what in the world are they talking about?
20 years. How old are you guys?
Right. But it really was 20 years in the making. This relationship started as student and teacher.
Yes.
At a private school in Richmond, Virginia. And now here we are.
I was a baby teacher.
Yeah. And I was a baby.
But we instantly connected. I mean, you were 14, I think, the first time I met 14. You. And you were just such a dynamo. I mean, even then, such a phenomenal student leader and just a kindred spirit. And even, I think that's something when you're teaching that no one really prepares you for is how much you really do genuinely connect, and you see yourself sometimes in some of your students or real connections. And sure enough, I knew. I mean, even then I was like, we're going to be friends.
I grew up, I'm an only child, and so finding big siblings along the way has been a blessing for me. And even though you were technically a teacher, I saw a big sister in you and a safe place. You had that big office in the Student Activity Center, and it was always just a safe place. But now we're here.
Yes.
And the goal is to provide people with hope and inspiration and to help them feel seen.
Yes.
In what can be a really tough journey when you have cancer or you love someone who's going through the battle.
And that's, in fact, just off camera. We were talking a few minutes ago about how the idea for Porch Stories and Lemonade started at cancer retreat centers because we have these amazing stories of overcoming suffering, turning lemons into lemonade.
Yes.
Finding the inspiration, but also these takeaways that you don't necessarily have to have cancer or even have that shared experience to learn from or grow with. And we just feel like it would be so powerful to be able to share these with others and learn together.
And we're opening up the porch to people that, not that we know, but I guess this is kind of the call out. If you know someone who has a story that would be great and would want to sit with us and just chat and just talk about all of the things.
All of it.
Because this isn't just going to be, we're smiley people naturally. So I just want to put that disclaimer out. Our resting face is usually some form of a smile. But this will get really deep and real.
That's the point.
That is the point.
Yeah.
Because we want folks to have a place where maybe it's a topic that you see when it pops up on whatever platform we choose to put this on, and you say, oh, I knew someone that might be able to benefit from listening to that. So we're going to get very real here as well, but we will also want this to be a place where you can just feel a little warm.
Yes. And
when you
joy.
finish. Yeah, joy.
It's sunny. It's all the things.
Yes.
I love the idea of porch stories. I feel like it conjures an image. We actually have a really big porch here at Blanton House.
Behind the tree, behind the big window.
It's right here.
Is a wraparound.
It's a wraparound on 3 sides of the house. So that was definitely part of the inspiration to start with, is just how many conversations start right here at Blanton House in the rocking chairs on the front porch. And it happens to be December right now, so we brought it inside in front of the tree.
Too cold.
But that idea, that metaphor of meeting each other on the front porch and sharing our stories and a glass of lemonade just felt just right. So as an homage, we have real lemonade.
We do. So tell the folks about today's mocktail.
Today's mocktail is a little, because it's holidays, we thought it might be fun to have a little sparkling lemonade.
Yes.
So it's a combination of Simply Lemonade with a San Pellegrino little sparkling, I think it's called sparkling lemonade.
Yes.
And then slices of lemon and lime, and a toast to all of you for joining us.
And send us your favorite lemonade mocktail recipes.
Yes.
Right? Because we can make them, and that's the whole point of this, is to be with the community. So you all get to be a part of this as well, giving us some good lemonade recipes so we can share.
A metaphor, but also a reality.
Yes, real.
We want to make
a metaphor and real life. Well, I think it's also really important for people to hear. They've heard that we have a connection.
Yes.
And Porch Stories and Lemonade is a part of Cancer Retreat Centers.
Yes.
And one of the reasons why I said yes to even co-hosting, besides the fact that I just love you and I am so grateful that you're still here and we can do this, is the fact that the statistic is cancer affects 1 in 2 people now.
Correct. And of these 2, I am the 1 in 2.
Yeah.
I mean, we are the embodiment of that. But it also affects those who love us.
Yes.
And that is the you in my life. Having those around us who love us and uplift us is everything in this journey. And I think as our listeners get to know more about you and me and we peel back some of these layers, I think they'll see more about you and me, but also individually, what have we lived through or overcome or are living with.
Right. And just today, where we are, on a random day in the week, how are you? How are you feeling?
Thank you for asking.
Where are you?
I am living with stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. And as Jasmine knows, I've been living with this since 2016. I was diagnosed the first time in 2012 with stage 3 breast cancer, the 4th generation in my family to have breast cancer. And then even after aggressive treatment, it spread to my bones in 2016, and I've been in treatment ever since. But what Jasmine knows and is hinting at is just recently I also had new metastatic progression, a tumor that formed between my sternum and my heart. So kind of a scary location, and I had to start a brand new chemo regimen to attack that, which thankfully is going very well. But to keep it real, I'm going to have different, I've already lost half of my hair right now. I'm cold capping in the middle of all this, but I may be in wigs. I may be bald in certain episodes, and that's okay too. I think that's what is so important to Jasmine and me, is that we keep it that real and give space and company, good company for the journey, no matter what it is.
Yeah, this will be a space to hold space.
I love that.
As you are smiling today and talking about it, there might be a day where it's harder.
And I'll be real. There are days where there's a lot of nausea. There are a lot of side effects with this treatment. I'm currently on a combination of Enhertu and Perjeta. So for those who maybe are cancer survivors, these are familiar drugs. And, it's not a walk in the park. So it's, I always laugh at the commercials on TV for various cancer drugs that look like a walk in the park. And I'm like, oh, no.
It's not.
That is not reality. And that's why we want to keep it real here and just give space for that. And thank you for asking. Today is a good day.
Yeah.
That's the best part. And I also love that I'm still working full time and getting to have these conversations, having purposeful work and meaning and connection in our lives is really the secret sauce to survivorship. And that's what we really want to underscore in this space too, is what does that mean for all of us?
Yeah. And people will probably always ask you, how are you still so joyful? If that were me, and then insert whatever, because projection seems to be a big thing in life. I don't know if I could be that happy, or I don't know if I could be that joyful, but how do you answer that if someone says that to you?
That's a great question. I do get that one a lot. I also get questions about legacy a lot. It's really interesting to be on the recipient of questions like this, but the truth is both and. It's sort of what you were sharing earlier. I think we can have these seemingly disparate emotions at the same time, both in all their glory. It could be an anxiety about my disease, or just the literal nausea of the day. but also incredible joy in being here right now,
Right.
Having purposeful work, being here with someone I love fiercely, and just being in the moment. I think that's the both and I've learned that even more through a cancer journey. I mean, it's daily, but it also forces you to be present in a way that allows us to savor, like you were talking about earlier,
Every moment.
savor every moment and live fully in it.
Well, you talked about legacy, and when we talk about cancer retreat centers and your legacy, this entire place, this entire organization was birthed out of your journey and honestly your pain. I think that's a really good segue into cancer retreat centers. So we brought that up. We talked about how cancer retreat centers, Porch Stories and Lemonade is a part of that, but cancer retreat centers itself was birthed out of your journey.
It was really on the bathroom floor. It came from a low point, to be totally honest.
Wow.
It started with, I was executive director of Susan G. Komen, Central and Eastern Virginia, for 7 years. So I had lived my metastatic journey for a while at that point and worked professionally in this space. And I couldn't unsee this unmet need for more wraparound services, more mental health support, what we call integrative cancer care. So these are individual and group therapies, mindfulness, music therapy, what we call complementary therapies in this space. But it was when I felt it personally, when I sort of hit my lowest point of isolation, fear, worry about my own future, and literally was so dehydrated from my treatment at one point that I passed out on my bathroom floor and woke up there alone and scared and unable to move, and realized I have to find this from within right now. I have to find the strength within. I started praying, as one often does in those moments. But I also had a keen awareness that I can't be the only one feeling lost, alone, isolated, scared, lying on the bathroom floor in one of my weakest states. But we certainly can't see each other from the bathroom floor. And the antidote to that moment, I knew in my heart, was community. There has to be a place where we can come together, where we can see each other, where we can share our stories, and find friendship and company for the journey. And literally on the bathroom floor, I thought, that's it. That's the thing. It felt like a calling in a way. Like this, there was just such a keen awareness of this need at that point. And it was so nagging, I couldn't unsee it. I mean, from then on, I just thought, we have to do this.
Right.
And fast forward, I founded Cancer Retreat Centers in 2021. Now we're 4 years in, and we have our first permanent location here at beautiful Blanton House, across from Bird Park. We're in a 7,000 square foot mansion, and we've been renovating it room by room to provide these services, and everything about it is comfortable and warm and supportive of the cancer patient and family experience. But the truth is, it's born from a survivor's heart in the spirit of community.
Talking about being on the bathroom floor. We can't do that from the bathroom floor.
No.
That's so powerful.
It's real.
From a bathroom floor to a 7,000 square foot mansion.
That was a leap.
But you did it.
Faith.
It happened.
It did happen. And selfishly, I think on the bathroom floor, I found my reason to live. And I do think that hope is one of the last things to go, but also one of the most crucial elements of survivorship. Having something to wake up for every day, something to, feel successful or motivated or rewarded by, and a goal, having goals. And at that moment on the bathroom floor, I was at such a low point. I don't think I had the courage to dream. Not fully. There was like a mustard seed of a dream that was happening
all
there.
It takes.
That's all.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. And that was the beginning. It really was. And just to see how many people it takes to bring that even a tiny dream like that to life, but to grow it to this space is inspiring. It reminds you of the power of humanity together and how we're all so much more alike than we are different.
Absolutely.
I mean, mine was cancer that leveled me on the bathroom floor, but how many people have found themselves on the bathroom floor? I mean, it's kind of a metaphor of when we hit our knees.
Absolutely. So then the other thing I wanted to deep dive is when we go all the way back to 2012 and when you were initially diagnosed, kind of giving some more background on our story together and our friendship is I think I was in my second year at Elon University in North Carolina.
Yes.
You were still working in education.
Yes.
And you reached out, or I'd reached out, myself and another student that had felt really close to you and wanted to see you over the holidays.
I remember
and I can't remember where we were, what restaurant, but we met for lunch.
I remember. Yes. Yes.
And that's when you told us.
I remember.
And I still have on my Instagram a photo from after that lunch, and I captioned it, "We are triple positive," because that was your initial...
was my diagnosis. Those are my biomarkers. But it's also a metaphor.
Right.
As many things are. I would get triple positive.
Right. Of all the the markers there are.
That tracks.
Yeah. Completely tracks for you. I still have that photo.
I love that you're my kindred spirit. I love that you knew what that meant and that we were going to fight hard, but we were going to embrace this with a spirit of joy and gratitude and optimism, and we've done that.
Yeah. All these years later, and I remember it so clearly because I remember, and this is the part about when you're the student. I never knew how old you were. I just knew you were a young teacher, but I never understood.
Yes.
Because when you look back now, when you were initially diagnosed, I think you're around the age I am currently.
Yes, I was 32.
Yeah,
it was
I'm 32.
Exactly.
Right. So I was at the time 19. You're 32.
Yes.
You were the youngest person I'd ever met who'd been diagnosed with any form of cancer at that point in my life.
Yes. And that's shocking, I think, for a lot of people. It's hard to wrap your head around. And then you and I have known people even younger since then.
And that's the part I was going to say. What's been honestly heartbreaking is that we've known several people since then who were younger than 32.
I have lost 2 former students to cancer.
One of them was one of my closest friends.
Yes. We share someone that we both loved fiercely.
We both just attended a memorial service a few months ago.
I will never forget when I saw you right after, though. Do you remember when we found each other in the hallway? So Jasmine sang the most beautiful solo at this service. It was spectacular. And because she and I are so close, I weirdly knew what you were thinking.
Yeah.
I knew it was the both and. I could feel it across a packed room. And then the first thing you said to me when we, in a moment in the hallway, you said, "That was really hard." And I knew exactly what you meant.
Yeah.
It was both.
It was both. And when you think about just cancer in general.
Yes.
Horrible disease, horrible thing. And it can be even harder to think about those who don't get the full life to live before it comes in and impacts them. Knowing that you were 32, and I said earlier, if anyone picked it up, I'm so glad you're still here.
I caught it. Me too.
Because that is such a blessing.
It was. It is. And I mean, I think back to my 32-year-old self that day. I don't know that we knew that would be a given, to be honest. I've always had an aggressive subtype of cancer, and especially after the stage 4 diagnosis, to still be here. And sometimes I don't even know why. Why me to that degree? Why am I still here? I just never take it for granted. It is such a blessing to be here to have these conversations, and also to explore things like you and I were talking about a minute ago. you have a really interesting story. And that is one that I'm really excited for our listeners to learn more about too. You know, we are connected in this podcast by this shared experience around cancer at cancer retreat centers. But we're so much more. Even people diagnosed with cancer are full humans with so much more that we bring to the table. And I'm just really excited for folks to hear more about the hard-earned wisdom that you've gained.
Hard-earned wisdom.
It is hard-earned.
But I think what will be really special and important as we share stories and as we remember, because there will be people that we get an opportunity to tell you about because they're not here. And whether that's through their spouses or their parents, their friends, their kids, whoever it may be, that we get to hear about the whole person.
Yes.
Because I carry my sweet friend Mary Lynn with me.
Yes.
And I remember the whole person.
That's right.
Not just the person who was impacted by cancer.
That's right.
And so I'm so glad, especially for you, that you still are getting all of those opportunities to still be Kristin. Not just Kristin diagnosed with insert diagnosis.
Yes, exactly.
It's important.
And it feels so good to feel so seen.
Yeah.
You're so good at that, truly.
I just am, like I keep saying, gratitude is where I keep landing. I think especially in this particular moment, because you never realize that all of the things that you experience in life, or that the conversations that you have in a small restaurant about your dear friend and mentor and big sister's cancer diagnosis, will eventually lead to a moment like this.
That is life, and
That is life.
Beautiful.
And you have to seize it.
Yes.
When the moments come.
Let's do it.
We're doing it.
Cheers.
Cheers here. Let's move the mic, right? I don't want to bump the mic. I hope you can hear our clink. Cheers. We'll see you soon, friends. This is really good.
I know.
Wow.